Hold! 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 Tesla really wants you to take delivery of the dated Model Y design before the end of this year. I don't really care what you do on this channel, whether you hold off and decide you're buying an Aptera, whether you want to wait for the R2, get your deposits in, whether you want to buy a Tello truck or you want to buy a Model Y tomorrow. I'm just here to make you feel informed on your future EV purchase decision. Because yes, like we talked about yesterday, a refreshed Model Y is definitely in the works, probably going to be unveiled within the next couple of weeks overseas and in the United States in the next couple months. But in the meantime, Tesla knows that they've got a bunch of US-made Model Ys, both from Texas and Fremont, with the more dated interior that's not like the refreshed Model 3, but still nothing wrong with it. It functions, it works, there's a lot of great perks. The bioweapon defense mode, hardware 4, really great camera quality on these vehicles, and the Model Y is still fairly beautiful and is honestly never been better. Like, they brought those darker rims to the more efficient tires, the 19-inch Gemini wheels. They've got great color options to choose from, and after years and years of me asking and begging, they do finally now have the long-range rear-wheel drive option. All of these Model Ys qualify for the federal tax credit, and now get an EPA estimated range of over 330 miles, which is excellent. Great charging curve, they've got NACS built in, so they're a lot more future-proof than all of these ID4s and Mach-E's of the world that are shipping with CCS, which right now may seem tolerable, but I think in 5 to 10 years is going to be looked at like we all look at, you know, VHS or Betamax. But the latest round of incentives from Tesla involve cutting a lot more down on inventory discounts. So this is my advice if you're in the market for a Tesla within the next couple of months. Tesla is now applying over $3,000 in inventory discounts, which basically just means if you want to order a Model Y, try to order from existing inventory, because if you just go to the configurator, it's just naturally going to be more expensive. And now what we're seeing a lot of on the inventory page is that the price cuts are more drastic for vehicles that have different color options or trim options. So some of them have like blue exterior paint and a white interior and a tow hitch installed already, but they apply a bigger discount to make it so that there's really no advantage to buying, you know, the stealth gray with the black interior versus buying one from inventory, because after a while these vehicles are just sitting around Tesla's lots and they're like, okay, at a certain point we just need to start shipping these things. We don't care if we collect more profit margin because it's blue or because it has the white interior. No, we just need to start shipping because they've got too many of them piling up in lots. And don't take that as me saying that Teslas are selling badly. Model Y is still the best-selling vehicle in the world. Extremely popular. A lot of people love it. It's just, even with all of that high demand and all of that high sales, Tesla is building more than they're able to sell. And there is likely a lot of pent-up demand for the refresh happening in the not-too-distant future. And Elon can't even use his claim about it being an interest rate problem anymore. If you recall several earnings calls back, Elon was like, well, our vehicles aren't necessarily as cheap as they may appear because the interest rates are just way too high now. Well, Tesla is now offering for Model 3 and Model Y 0% interest financing, and you no longer have to buy FSD to unlock the 0% interest. It's literally just available on the cheapest vehicles now, including the inventory models, which have $2,000 to $3,000 or more inventory discounts. So you can really start stacking up on these discounts, including, of course, $500 off now through the referral program. There's always going to be a referral code when we're talking about Teslas like this in the description down below. It's not always mine. You don't have to use the one in the description. I'm just telling you, use a referral code because it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it immediately shaves off $500 from the price of the vehicle. So it's just free money. Take it. But if the 0% interest financing wasn't enough and the inventory discounts weren't enough, it appears that Tesla is also using a more direct form of incentive, because likely the orders are not where Tesla wants them to be, because people are reporting that if they ordered a vehicle from the configurator, they are now being offered 1 year of premium connectivity if they switch to an inventory model. So maybe that involves a price hike, but don't let that influence you too much. I know that may sound like a good perk, but premium connectivity is $10 a month. So you're saving $120 for the year by just just taking advantage of that offer. But I would not be shocked if by tonight or by next week, Tesla just starts saying all vehicles that you take delivery of before the end of this year just come with a free year of premium connectivity. In fact, seeing how hard they're pushing the incentives already, and it's just October, we've still got 2 more months in this quarter to go. I personally think near the end of this year, Tesla's going to start offering lots of free supercharging credits. They're going to offer people a year of free charging or 2 years of free charging to really start moving inventory, because they know they've got way more vehicles than people are ordering at this point. That's why we're seeing the inventory discounts grow, and we know it's not an interest rate problem anymore, which again, personally, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think you should take out loans on depreciating assets, but it's your money. You can spend it how you want to, and I understand most people have car payments these days, but I'm just letting you know of all the facts, which is that the Model Y is probably going to get its absolute cheapest in history, especially now with the inventory discounts and depending on state rebates where you live in the country. The Model Y might actually now have become the cheapest Tesla. Like, it is now starting to undercut the Model 3 because of these inventory discounts. And again, you can stack it with the tax credit, you can stack it with the referral code bonus, and I think the incentives are going to start to look really, really tempting and get really, really serious here in the next couple of months. Tesla's also offering free FSD transfer, by the way. So if you have an older Tesla with FSD, you can transfer that to the new Model Y. So far, they haven't announced any switching of the free supercharging for life perks, although that's something we've also seen Tesla pull out near end of the quarter or end of year delivery pushes. Like, anybody who has free supercharging for life can transfer it to a new vehicle. Although I'd be very curious, you know, they're letting people transfer FSD to brand new Cybertrucks now, like even the non-Foundation series, of course, because that's the only one available. Will Tesla actually let anybody out there have free supercharging for life transferred to the Cybertruck? Because the Cybertruck's the only Tesla with vehicle-to-home capability. So theoretically, if someone had free supercharging for life on their Tesla and they switched it to their Cybertruck, they could charge up their Cybertruck at the supercharger as long as the vehicle's alive and then output all of that power to their home. Maybe Tesla knows someone's going to try that, and that's why they will never let you transfer free supercharging for life to the truck. But it would be hilarious if someone figured that out, or if Tesla let that slip through the cracks. But Model Ys are going to be getting cheaper. If I were you guys and you were in the market, I would personally wait, depending on if you really are interested in what the refresh has to offer, which includes ventilated seats, ambient lighting, a rear-mounted display for the backseat passengers, and of course better aerodynamics, possibly better tech, you know, thinner bezels on the display, all kinds of things we don't know about yet because the Juniper Model Y hasn't been unveiled. But even if you don't care about all of the rumored changes with the refresh, I think the really, really great Model Y perks for this year are going to launch near mid-December. I think that's when they're really going to start pushing hard for people to take delivery by the end of the year, and that will involve lots of free supercharging credits, and who knows, maybe free FSD for a year, or if Tesla gets really desperate, they could even start saying, you know, free FSD for the life of the car if you take delivery by the end of 2024. But I think that would be a pretty drastic measure, like an $8,000 add-on. But it all just depends on how much we hold the line and how much we show Tesla, like, no, we want you to go down lower, because we know Tesla is incentivized to try to push up these end-of-year, end-of-quarter delivery pushes. So what do you guys think Tesla is going to do? Is there something you're waiting for out there that would make you go, you know what, even if it's somewhat of an older design, yes, I will buy the Model Y by the end of this year if they offer this? I asked my wife that question, and she said, if the car is free, sure, I'll take it. So there you have it, Tesla. She named her price, $0. But thanks again to everybody supporting this channel directly. It seriously helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again, and have an excellent rest of your day.